Feels like just yesterday I boarded the flight from New York to Las Vegas, and already I'm nostalgic for all things WrestleMania 41. But in this video, we're going to get to relive some of that nostalgia. It's time to unbox everything we got from WrestleMania 41.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, world? It's your boy Tommy on the spot for Watch Along Wrestling, and I'm a wrestling content creator from Long Island, New York. Thanks so much for checking out the video here today. So excited to be back here with each and every one of you. It's crazy to think that WrestleMania 41 is already in the rearview mirror. We're already gearing up for all things Backlash and WWE throughout the remainder of the year. Before I know it, SummerSlam will be right here in my backyard, and I'm really excited for that. But I did have the opportunity while I was in Las Vegas to head up to the WrestleMania Superstore. In this video, I'm going to go through everything I got. Now, a little bit different than most of these shows that I've done these unboxings for, because I didn't actually go to WrestleMania 41. I went to Las Vegas for a few days with my wife, and as a part of our trip, we did go to the WrestleMania Superstore. We did go to WWE World, and we had a great time. So I did get some things along the way, but there's no I was there shirt because I wasn't there. So I didn't get that shirt specifically. That is one of my favorites. I was on the lookout for the traditional picture frame, but I think I do need to realize I don't think WWE is bringing the frames back. It's been a year now where they have not had the frame. It's a shame. I love the frames. I love putting that photo there, kind of commemorating my trip, putting it on my desk at work, and being able to smile fondly at it. But not going to happen anytime soon. So with these WrestleMania Vegas unboxing I'm about to do, I'm going to go through everything. I'll explain kind of how everything was set up at the WrestleMania Superstore as we get into everything. So let's get started. And of course, if you were in Las Vegas this past weekend, chances are you got yourself a box of Frosted Yeets. That's right, the Uso Cereal. Make your breakfast, main event. Start your day with a WWE Superstar. And these were over like Rover. I think everybody got themselves a box of Frosted Yeets. I don't even eat cereal, and this is the first thing I got. But we did gift it to our daughter on Easter, and you could see here how to yeet. So they really went all out with this. She, of course, loved it. She thought it was great. They also have a little word search in the back there. So you can kind of see the words to find: Bloodline, Main Event, Uso, Yeet, WWE, J, Us, and Day One-ish. So very, very cool there. And then obviously you've got your caloric and your nutritional facts on the back. So I thought this was very, very cool. What a cool deal here. And this was located in the memorabilia section of the store. Memorabilia section traditionally was there for some of your high-end items. So you had obviously a lot of your signed memorabilia, your frames, your different types of event posters, obviously championship belts that were signed. Those were all within this memorabilia section. They also had the titles belt section, which was right next door. While there was I don't believe there was any signed belts in that section. That section was just loaded with people. You couldn't even approach that section. It was absolutely crazy, just jam-packed with people. And yeah, it was completely nuts. So that section was very much packed, and the main store was packed. The only section I'd say that wasn't super packed was this memorabilia section. I think a lot of people thought memorabilia, they're thinking high-end stuff, and they probably weren't even approaching it. But they also had some fun things there. That's where they had the Carlito signed apple. I know some folks got a kick out of that in the comment section, so very cool. Obviously, this was sealed, but again, was gifted to my daughter on Easter. You got Uso Cereal? Oh my goodness.
Hello?
I got Uso Cereal.
Wow. All right, Dakota, so you just had the Uso Frosted Yeets cereal here on Easter, maybe on Yeetser, if you will. What do you think?
Good.
They're tasty?
Yeah.
How many thumbs up do they get? Oh yeah, people got to try it. Can you give them a yeet for Easter?
Yeet.
How about... All right, there you go. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
All right, moving right along. Let's see what I could grab here next. All right, so this here is, of course, your standard Wrestlemania cup. Now, I was not at WrestleMania 41, but I did need to get the souvenir cup. It is the one piece of merchandise, one souvenir that is just not affected by inflation. It was $5 back in 2006, $5 back in 2018. It remains $5 to this day. So had to get a little something to commemorate WrestleMania 41, other than the tote bag, which I'll get to in a second. But when we got there, I mean, people were rushing to get these cups. I think it's because they're cheap and people are either A, buying it for all of their friends and family who couldn't make the trip, which is very sweet. I did something similar. But I do think there's a certain amount of people who are buying these just to resell them, put them online. I mean, people were walking with like stacks to the ceiling with these cups, and they were sold out pretty much instantly when it came to the cups. But thankfully, they restocked them pretty quick. We were able to get in, get our cup, and again, I got a good stack of them, so I'm very excited about that. Move right along here. Let me talk to you about the WWE Tops cards. I couldn't believe that they were available. I had heard about the Travis Scott drop, and it was at WWE World. I knew there's the Travis Scott WWE Tops cards were going to be very expensive. I figured they'd probably be between $400 and $500. I think after taxes, they came out to like $453. I'm not a super avid card collector. I think the first box of cards I'd bought since I was a kid was at Royal Rumble, but I've loved the WWE cards. So wasn't going to go get the Travis Scott cards, especially because you had to like put in your... You were only allowed one per person for the Travis Scott drop. You had to obviously be at WWE World because you had to go in person in order to pick them up. And you had to put your credit card information basically into the top site so that if by random draw they picked you, they charged your card, you go and you pick up your cards. Now, what I will say is that if you were buying these to open up, I see some of the cards, they look very nice. I do think that if you were just buying these to flip these, it was an incredible value. People were buying those cards for like $450, flipping them for over $1,000 immediately on eBay. So for that perspective, it was the point to buy it. But that's not what I'm doing, right? I'm here, I'm just trying to grow a collection. So for me, walked into the Superstore, could not believe that they had an entire shelf filled with all of the WWE Tops Chrome cards. I was blown away by it. The line was out of the Superstore. It was all the way around, wrapped around, out of the Superstore. They cut the line off, and I thought, oh boy, I'm not even going to be able to get over to the line. And we were there probably about an hour after the Superstore opened. So it wasn't like we showed up, cruising through the door at 5 p.m. or anything. We literally were there as it opened. I knew we had to get there early. My goal was, hopefully, if we get in there and they have some cards, we'll be able to get them. I also was there to go get the Cody shirt from my brother-in-law, and then I was also at trying to get the John Cena figure. We'll get to those two things in a second, but when I saw the cards, the line was cut off. I figured I'd have no chance. Right after, as we're about to leave, they reopened the line, and they had a section set up where basically you were able to get one per person. So if you had two people, you were able to get two, and you were able to buy one of each box if you wanted to. They had the blaster boxes there for $30 each, still the same retail value than they were when they were released. They have these mega boxes there for $60 each. Blown away by that. You can buy these right now. You can't find them anywhere. You can't find WWE Tops cards anywhere. So the idea that I was able to go get the Tops Chrome 2025 cards at retail price is just unheard of. If you want to buy like a mega box now and you go, let's see, probably got to go to eBay or cards shop or something like that, and you're not getting it for any less than $150. So to be able to get these for $60, I was just blown away. And I'll show them off real quick. We will have an unboxing for both of these sets of cards. Going to be like a mega unboxing, if you will. And there we go. So I'll show these off. And again, we didn't get any blasters. I figured, just get two of the megas and then even mess around with the blasters. They did also have, believe it or not, the hobby boxes. Now, you'll notice I did not get any hobby box. That is because while hobby boxes were retailed at, I think, $160 at WWE Superstore, Wrestlemania Superstore, they were $360 each. So I was there with my wife. I cracked the joke and said, give me two of the 360s, and she looked like she was going to kill me. But we were able to get still two of these mega boxes. I can't wait to open them. And of course, these come with the 48 total cards, 6 packs per box, 8 cards per pack. I can't wait to dive into these. I thought it was over. I thought I wasn't going to be getting any more of these. And then obviously the Sapphires went on sale. Those were relatively pricey and were sold out before I could even add them to my cart. So glad I got these. Excited to go through them and open them for you in a future video, probably later this week. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I did notice my wife snuck in a little Snickers in there as well. Snickers is a huge sponsor for WWE. They had some Snickers there. You want this Snickers?
Sure.
There you go. There you go. Oh, what a throw. My goodness. And lastly, here we go. Looking at the final thing that we got here. Now, there was no John Cena figure. I went to the figure section, nothing to be found. It didn't even look like anything was empty. So I just thought maybe they just weren't putting them up yet. I knew Mattel was doing the reveals at the end of the day. I figured maybe that was where they'd go up. Apparently they were up and were sold out instantly. I don't know if they limited the amount of those you could buy. I'm sure if there were collectors there getting them, they got them real fast and probably flipped them for just as quickly for over $100 online. I had heard that they are going to be re-releasing that John Cena figure, and they've done this in the past. Back in the day, I remember at the Superstore for 32, there was an AJ Styles basic Superstore original figure. It was an exclusive to the Superstore. And so what I think they did was they just released it through either the website or Ringside Collectibles. It's not even a rare figure. If you go try to find that now, it's like it's out there everywhere. I think they even re-released it as a part of a set. And believe you me, if Mattel has showed us anything, if there is value in a figure that is going to be sold on the secondary market, they will re-release it. They're doing it literally with every single Elite figure that they have anyone signed to a Legends contract. So you look at like Harley Race was like a $400 figure. You can get him for like $25 now. So I think it's going to come back out. I heard it was going to be on Mattel Creations. I heard it was going to be available in Walmart stores. So I'd say hold on, pump the brakes if you're trying to get that figure, though I do know something nice about getting it really quick. I was hoping I'd be able to bring a couple of those home. I knew I had some friends who were hoping for one as well. Just didn't happen, and unfortunately. But the one thing we were able to get that was just as popular, off the shelves, completely bare, was the Las Vegas Nightmare shirt. There it is. You can see Cody Rhodes and Pharaoh on the shirt there. Vegas Nightmare with the shades, and they've got on the nothing on the back, but you've got here on the one arm you've got the QB1, and on the second arm you've got the orange WWE logo. I think this is such a cool shirt, and I know my brother-in-law was after this. It was not on the shelves. Again, it was off the shelf pretty quick. And we had gone to the back of the store and asked the folks who were working there if they can go in the back and look for the Cody shirt. They went back there. They got it for us. So cool. They were like the nicest people I've ever seen. They went back. They got it for us. And then we ended up leaving it because the line to check out was astronomical. It was ridiculous. It was one of the biggest lines I've ever seen. So we ended up leaving the Superstore and coming back after we went to WWE World. We again went back to that section to see if they had any more. And right as my wife went back, someone who worked there was bringing one back to restock it. And thankfully, she was able to get it. The size we were looking for was perfect. So very lucky there. Not so lucky with the Cena figure. But again, I think we're going to have another opportunity to get it at a later time. Now let me go through the tote bag. The world famous tote bag. Got one of these at SummerSlam in Cleveland. It was $5, and there's a famous moment where I thought that they were included within your purchase. So when I went up to pay, I said to the lady behind the counter, I said, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you pass me one of those tote bags? She said, no problem, honey. Right after you passed me $5. Then I realized they were $5. At the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis, I got another one. It was a little smaller, and it was double the price. That's inflation for you. So it was $10 in Indianapolis. I thought at WrestleMania for sure it was going to be $20, but it was $10. And it's a beautiful bag. I mean, they're very, very nice. Great to have. These are awesome whenever you're going grocery shopping. Always bring your recycle bags so you don't have to pay the fees for whatever the bags are that they're charging in the store. And you can see here on the side, you got WrestleMania there. On the bottom, you've got your WWE logo. And, yeah, WrestleMania on both sides. And then obviously here, WrestleMania Las Vegas 2025. Same on both sides. And I thought it was so cool. And I needed to get one. Now I've got one for SummerSlam, got one for Royal Rumble, got one for WrestleMania. If you've watched the vlogs, I will confirm that I do shop through Amazon Fresh, so I probably do not, as my wife had called me out on. So I probably don't need the tote bag, but at the same time, now I gotta have one for each one of the events I go to. That's like my new picture frame there. So we got those, and we did pretty good. I mean, again, for not being at the show, at least we were able to take home something, and thoroughly enjoyed that. So let me know what you thought of all the merch that I got. Let me know what you got from WrestleMania weekend in the comment section below, and I'll be back with you all real soon. Maybe we'll do this unboxing here within a day or two as well. So keep it locked right here to Watch Along Wrestling, and I'll catch you all in the next video.